Top 7 Best Macro Keyboards 2023. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. SteelSeries Apex 5. SteelSeries is well known for making some of the best gaming keyboards, but many of them are pricey. This is where the SteelSeries Apex 5 swoops in. It offers a stripped-back version of everything that makes the expensive models great. More specifically, you're getting a slimline design, snappy actuation, and an OLED smart display in the upper right-hand corner to go with its affordable cost. We felt that the mini screen is underused during our testing, but it's a cool touch nonetheless. Although this model doesn't have customizable per-key actuation like the costly SteelSeries Apex Pro, it's still satisfying to game or type with. Its clicky keys only require the smallest amount of pressure to activate. And once we got used to the sensitivity on offer here, we were traveling across the deck with a kind of speed that's rare to find in similar models. That's thanks to hybrid switches which bring together mechanical and membrane tech for the best of both worlds. We personally found the matte keys to be pleasingly soft to the touch, but those after a more tactile experience may need to swap out these ABS caps. Number 6. Roccat Magma. You're not paying much for the Roccat Magma, and that places it in a particularly popular category. We were impressed by the value for money on offer here. Unlike some other contenders in this space, though, you're still getting a smooth, responsive experience with 26-key rollover, anti-ghosting, extra macro functionality, and customizable RGB lighting zones. There are some sacrifices to be made to achieve such a low price tag. For example, the RGB lighting is set across 10 individual LED, which means you're not getting per-key customization. And the membrane keys do have a heavier actuation force than more tap-sensitive switches, but if you're not interested in premium speed or static customization, those setbacks won't encroach on your day-to-day experience. Number 5. Logitech 915 Lightspeed. The Logitech 915 sports the brand's trusted Lightspeed technology to provide a solid wireless connection no matter how frenzied your attacks are. Long considered the gold standard for wireless gaming keyboards, the 915 is a slimline powerhouse, offering a low-profile keyset and a competitive battery life to boot. You'll be able to run this particular deck at full brightness for 30 hours. That's considerably better than the runtime of the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro for slightly less cash to boot. While some wireless decks can run for much longer than Logitech is without that RGB lighting, though, this is a solid all-rounder which will appeal to those looking for a balance between aesthetics and performance. With 5 dedicated macro buttons, a whole panel of media controls, and a sleek aluminum top caching, there's plenty of luxury baked into the bare bones of this device as well. Not only that, but this isn't exactly a new release, which means we're seeing those lofty $229.99 Flash PS $209.99 starting prices sliding significantly. You'll likely find it closer to $180 / piece $140 right now. Number 4. Razer Huntsman V2 Analog. The elevator pitch for this keyboard is right there on the tin. The Razer Huntsman V2 Analog exists to replicate the feel of an analog stick using switches that offer a sliding scale of actuation rather than a simple on-off clicker. That isn't something we've seen before when it comes to the best gaming keyboards, and this piece of premium kit made a hearty impression as a result. That analog design might not sound like a big deal, but it is. Although many keyboards struggle with nuance, when it comes to in-game movement, changing from run to walk normally requires a hotkey. For example, the analog imbues the WASD keys with a sense of precision they've never had before. We were surprised by the difference these switches made in Watch Dogs Legion, for example, giving us precise but subtle movement during our testing, to a level we hadn't experienced before. We were gently ambling around the map instead of pinballing across it, getting the drop on our foes by sneaking up on them slowly. Number 3. HyperX Alloy Elite 2. The HyperX Alloy Elite 2 sits in a Goldilocks zone of high-end features and reasonable pricing, making it the best gaming keyboard for the majority of users. That's because of the suite of onboard functions, dedicated media keys, USB pass-through, and bright RGB lighting and the slick design of HyperX's proprietary red switches. It's difficult to find a deck that combines all of these specs into a price point that doesn't stray too far into the $100 bracket, and certainly not with the build quality on offer here. We were particularly impressed with the red linear switches tucked away under those pudding-style keycaps. There's far less travel time here compared to the likes of Cherry MX and Gaterin, which means we were able to feel the speed of a more twitch-sensitive switch without any accidental key presses. Everything feels slick and precise, even in more chaotic Fall Guys and Rocket League testing. Not only do those switches offer up a more precise actuation, though, but we also found them incredibly comfortable for both typing and longer play sessions. Number 2. Razer Cynosa V2. In contrast to the Huntsman V2 analog's hefty MSRP, the Razer Cynosa V2 is a budget-minded godsend. You are getting a solid performance at a respectable price here, with a range of dedicated features baked in on top. As a membrane device, this version of the Cynosa is much quieter than the competition, a design feature that we particularly appreciated compared to the louder mechanical decks we're used to seeing. That's because its keys are pressing down on a rubbery sheet, meaning you don't get that distracting typewriter clack. In other words, it's perfect in a busy household or at work where you don't want to cause too much noise. It's excellent under stress, too. More specifically, the speed and resistance of each key is spot on. Our fingers were flying across them in use, but they never felt cheap. They're much lighter switches than those found in cheaper membrane keyboards, like the Roccat Magma featured elsewhere on this list. So we'd recommend if you're looking for twitch reflex actions without the price tag of a more expensive mechanical option. The smooth plastic keycaps were satisfying to type with, too. Considering the Cynosa V2's low cost, that's an impressive feat. Number 1. Asus ROG Azoth. The Asus ROG Azoth was announced at CES 2023, and it's already set the bar for the year. Between a silky smooth typing experience, hot swappable switches, speedy response times, and plenty of premium extras, you're covered for both gaming and everyday productivity and style here. That's because Asus has taken its inspiration from the custom keyboard market, building an off-the-shelf 75% deck with 3 layers of sound-dampening foam in its gasket-mounted chassis. That means every keystroke has a soft landing with no reverb around the main body, thanks to the pre-lube stabilizers. But the NX switches under the hood also offer a satisfying clack to each silky smooth press. Pair that with a speedy debouts and nippy response times, and you've got yourself a fast deck with all the comfort of an enthusiast-level set of keys. That's not easy to find in a wireless keyboard. We often find that hot swappable decks sacrifice these kinds of speeds to save space for luxury typing. However, the Asus ROG Azoth proves you can have it all. So guys, that's all for Top 7 Best Macro Keyboards 2023. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care, bye.